I knew you were gonna bring it up. I don't know what it is. I just naturally smell good.
All right, welcome to Ric's Corner. I have Noella Downs with me again, who is one of my favorite people.
Thank you.
Because she has so much knowledge on fitness and health and nutrition and all the things we talk about. But today I want to talk about motivation. And I want to know what motivates people to train. And we're going to talk about what motivates her to train and what motivates me. Because there's many different angles to look at. What's your main reason that motivates you to go to the gym?
Well, honestly, it's more emotional. Like, I just really like the way I feel afterwards. That's the truth. But actually, if I really have to tell the truth, it's vanity.
That's fine.
I mean, it's just vanity. I mean, I think that I reached a point in my life where I didn't like how I looked at all. And I was fighting age, as we all do. And I just went, I'm going to look the most spectacular that I've ever looked in my whole life. And I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the impossible. And then as soon as I started seeing results, every time I'd look in the mirror and see results, that was motivation enough.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you said it's emotional. I mean, I'm emotional about motivation. I cry during my workouts because they're so painful. Because the joints hurt. So
I cry because I got to do them.
Yeah. Well, some people are motivated by different things. I know a lot of guys are motivated by getting built and big so the girls will like them.
Yeah, it's basically for women.
For women. But,
or men.
But what I found out, it's not always that attracts the women.
No, actually it's almost never that attracts women.
That's right. What's the number one thing that attracts a woman? I know.
I don't know.
I do.
I know what attracts me, but I don't know what attracts.
Well, most women say they want in a man, make me laugh.
Well, that is a huge thing. That's a huge thing.
Right.
But more, listen to me, because we like to hear ourselves speak.
What'd you say?
Exactly my point. You see?
Make me laugh. That's what I hear from all women. I want a man that can make me laugh.
We want a man who can make you, because it makes you feel like everything's going to be okay.
Then they want a man who's intelligent.
Yes.
And they want a man who will listen.
Yes.
And give them feedback.
Yes.
Even though they might not like the feedback.
No, that part not true.
Well, they might not like it.
Yeah, they might not like it, but they want it. So
how about this? The woman comes out, how do I look? You look fine. Fine, that's it?
Yeah.
We
hate that.
They say fine is not a good word.
Fine is never good. You either have an opinion or not, but it can't be negative, but it can't be fine. That's too ambiguous.
No, see, I know. It's too middle of the road.
You gotta say something.
Well, so motivation, it can come in different ways, and it can come that you're trying to impress somebody, which is true, or it can also mean that you're trying to be a better you. When I was in high school, I was playing guitar in a rock band. I was 140 pounds.
Okay.
I was a handsome devil.
You weren't you?
Oh my God, I was so good.
A handsome 140 pounds.
Yeah, but I was thin, and I wanted to be thin. But then I got a girlfriend who was a year older, who was a homecoming queen, head cheerleader, and she was real athletic. And,
I bet.
And I looked at her, and she liked me, but her two cousins she lived with worked out with weights, and so I thought I'd start working out with them. They got me kind of motivated.
Why? Because you liked what they looked
Because
like?
I figured I need to hold on to her. I got to get bigger.
Oh, because she's an athlete.
She's an athlete. She's this and that. So after about, maybe 7-8 weeks, maybe 3 months down the road, she says, you're getting a little too lumpy.
She liked you thin.
Well, wait a minute. Lumpy that's what I'm trying to achieve, right? And I want to get some muscle on me.
Right.
Why don't you like it now? She says, well, you don't want to get too big. I said, I don't think there's such a thing as too big.
Exactly.
So that got me hooked on training, and it motivated me to go to the gym every day, because when you see results, you're motivated to do more.
Exactly.
You know, like when you make money, you make more money, you're motivated to make more money.
Exactly. Absolutely. Good analogy.
Yeah. Well, that's the motivation. Some people have it for the wrong reason. To get big just to impress people, people don't care. Walk around like a tough guy, people don't care.
Yeah, absolutely true. I mean, you could impress people, you might not impress people. A lot of people, especially like for me, because I'm a girl, I'm a little bit more athletic looking. For some people, that's a turnoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for some people...
But I'm very excited by it.
Well, thank you. I like that.
No, there's different degrees. Now down in Venice, and we're going to train down there one day, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There's some really big guys down there, 300-pounders. You know, I mean, really ripped, huge. Back in the day when I was training, most of the guys were 250, never that big. Like Arnold and those guys. I like that body better. This one, I don't think so. I'm not motivated by that.
No.
That doesn't do a thing for me.
Okay.
I see somebody leaner and hard shape, I'm more motivated by that. Say, God, I like that lean, hard body look.
Yes. But it becomes about the whole person and the entire physique instead of being just monstrous.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, it's the total picture. And motivation is also about health, because when I don't train, I don't feel good.
Exactly.
I just feel lethargic and I feel lousy. I've gone from 6 days a week now to 4 days a week, so I'm taking those days off, and I do them in between my workouts, and I'm actually having better workouts.
Well, you should do that. I mean, I'm learning now that less is more, in terms of intensity, but in terms of how much time you're really in the gym.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time because, like I said, I feel better when I'm in the gym. So for me, a lot of it is because it's emotional. I want to do it every day, but it's not necessarily good for you physically.
No, or mentally.
Or mentally, actually, either, because then what are you looking forward to all the time?
Well,
I mean,
the thing
you're
is,
getting accustomed to
exactly, and you lose your motivation, and the reason you lose your motivation is because you're overtraining.
Exactly.
I just did a Rick's Corner on rest, saying how much rest really helped me to train harder, because when I went back, I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And when you train every day and you overtrain, mentally, you're not motivated to go. You get up and you're sore, and you don't feel good, and so you lost your motivation. Then you kill the day.
That's true. You waste it. You waste your time.
You waste it. But being motivated in discipline and bodybuilding and fitness, you can apply that to anything in life. You can motivate yourself to do anything you want. So many people procrastinate and put things off in their life and never get them done. They say, gee, I'm just not getting any farther in life. I'm not making any more money. I'm not meeting any new friends, because they don't try. They're not motivated to do so. So if you're motivated in training, and you can discipline yourself to get up every morning, eat your protein and your carbs, and go to the gym and train, and then throughout the day you motivate yourself to do everything beyond that.
I agree with that. That's why actually I like to start my day with some kind of training.
Yeah.
Whether that be yoga or whatever. I do like to start like with at least half an hour of something.
Yeah.
Because it gets your mind going and your body going, and you're ready for the day.
Right. Now, most of the world has to go to work every day.
Yes, but a lot of the world that has to go to work gets up earlier.
Right. Well, that wasn't my point.
But what was your point?
Those poor suckers.
They have real jobs. Oh God, no.
Yeah, I've never had to do that. I've
had to do that for very short periods of time. It just didn't work for me.
I did it when I first moved down here. But my motivation, rather than get up and go to work to a job like some people do, my job is the gym.
Exactly.
I'm motivated to go get my workout done and go about my business, because now I'm really fired up. If I lay in bed and don't do that, I'm not fired up to do anything.
Oh my God! If I do that, or if I start watching TV in the morning, I can't get up till like 10. Like, I just can't, and that's the worst thing you can do, is like start off your day lazy, unless it's a lazy day.
Okay.
You know?
What about motivation on diet? Because that takes a lot of discipline too.
For me, I find I'm motivated by making my food creative a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or by packaging it and sort of making it interesting, like sort of control issue thing. But I think for me also, I feel better. Again, if you have a clean diet, your energy's up, you're sleeping better. If you want to talk about sex, I think that's better. I think like your skin and your skin tone, your complexion is better and brighter, and you'd have less health issues as a whole.
That's true. There's been a few days where I've gone out and I had a cheeseburger the other night at Johnny Rockets and fries. It was great.
Was it?
Yeah, it was great.
Has it been a long time, huh?
I went back to the gym the next day. I was down 2 pounds.
Yeah, that will happen if you do it like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
I wouldn't do it every day.
Yeah.
But I actually lost 2 pounds, and it was very satisfying, because that broke the routine of the same thing every day.
Absolutely.
I'm motivated to train, and I'm motivated to eat properly with the egg whites and oatmeal and the chicken at lunch, but I get really tired of it and get bored.
Oh, yeah, man.
I get really sick of it. But my motivation is doing that is because when I look in the mirror and I see my abs, I know I've done the right thing.
I agree.
So when you take one day and you go off of that and you eat the junk, it doesn't really stick with you. It goes right through you.
Right.
And then you end up taking more fat with it. But if you do it 5 days or 6 days or 2 weeks in a row, then you're going to start noticing a difference.
Absolutely. I agree.
But motivation is the key to all training. So many people write to me and they say they just can't get going. They can't lift that much. They don't feel good when they train. It's all a state of mind. And your mind plays tricks on you, because your body doesn't change overnight. If I go in the gym and I bench press 400 pounds and it goes up smooth, and I go back the next day and I can't do it, it's not my body. It's my mind telling me I can't. Because the body still is functioning.
Yeah, the body's doing the same thing.
It's still a machine, but I'm not motivated mentally to push that weight up, because I've already done it and I'm tired.
That's true. Or also, I think a lot of times one thing that I would say about motivation is having a very specific and more immediate goal or tangible goal is very helpful. Because when you don't have that, whether it's that I want to see myself look like this in like 3 months, or I want to win this competition, or I want to be in my wedding dress, or whatever it is, it's real important to have that, and then to keep rewarding yourself along the way for getting to a certain point.
Yeah, sure. Like when you give dog treats to a dog for sitting up.
Exactly.
It's the same deal.
Basic thing. We're that basic.
You just get a treat
just
every time.
Just animals after all.
But workouts can get really grueling, and you do lose your motivation, but you got to keep your focus. I remember once I took off 3 months. This is when I first started.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the Army. I was out of the Army, and I didn't train, and I thought, maybe it was 6 months. I started training again. I said, all that downtime, I could have been that much farther along had I stuck with it.
Right.
But I guess maybe I wasn't motivated to do it. I just got out of the Army, and I wanted to do something else. Got right back to the gym, never quit.
Yeah, I think when you take the time off, sometimes you need that break to miss it, to really miss it, and to see the changes. And you start to wonder, what's wrong with me? Like, for a while, it feels good because you have all this extra time all of a sudden, because you end up spending a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And, choosing your food and all that stuff. So when you're off it for a couple of months, there's this tendency to think, well, I have much more of a full life. And then all of a sudden, it starts to become a problem. Like, you see the changes, number one. And then you start to feel I guess to me, I like the immediacy, the rush that you get, afterwards. I like always walking out and knowing I accomplished something today. Yeah. And when you don't have that physical, tangible goal like that, then it's sort of like it becomes a little bit depressing, and then you start to drag, especially if you've already been doing it.
Right.
I don't know. I guess if you've never had a reference point, it might not be the same. But once you started, it's pretty hard to just quit cold turkey.
It is hard to quit. And the other thing to motivate yourself, you might want to switch gyms once in a while.
I do that all the time. Oh my God, yeah.
I know nobody ever knows where you are.
I like to keep it like that.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
But switching gyms, you're motivated because it's different equipment. There's different people. You get invigorated with them around. You want to kind of show off a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it does help your workouts. The other thing is today I went down to Gold's Venice and I worked out. Normally it was chest and back day. So normally I'll start with back and then I'll go to chest. So I thought, well, I'll do something different today. I'll start with chest and go to back.
Okay.
I had a fantastic workout because I switched it around.
So it just was different. Yeah. Also, it makes your body react differently.
Makes it react differently. I was motivated to do it. Everything felt good. By the time I got to back, I was really ready to hit it, and I had my protein drink and left, and I was fine.
Good.
So the motivation was there.
Good.
And I also motivated 3 other people to train with me.
Yeah, you see, that's always fun, right? When you get people into it themselves. I love that. And I love also just the vibe and the exchange and people going, oh, I tried this exercise, you should try it this way. As long as they're, trying to help you out and not trying to tell you what to do.
There's a guy down there who's been training for years. He's close to my age, and he knows how to work out, and he also boxes. And he asked me to, I can't get rid of this cough, work with him the other day on some chest and back, and I kept going. He said that was all the way he could handle. And I wasn't even doing anything. He said, God, you're strong. I said, no, this is even heavy. This is nothing. And he'd been training it, but it motivated him to push a little harder.
Because, now he's like, got somebody watching. Yeah,
exactly.
You're like, now you want to try harder, yeah. And also it's mental. Like a lot of times you tell yourself, I can't, and it's not true. You can't hear, but your body can. Most of the time your body can. As long as you are willing to accept that your body has a lot less limitation than we put on it mentally.
Well, that's what I said. If you go in and you go lift 300 pounds, and your mind says you can do it, and you do it, then you go back the next day and you don't do it, your mind just failed on you.
Exactly.
You got to set your mind. You really got to set it. So when you want to motivate yourself for training, this is what you have to do. You have to talk to yourself. Get in there and do it. But make a list, and this will help you throughout the day with your normal life. I make a list every day of what I want to accomplish. If it's going to the bank, if it's writing an article, if it's doing Ric's Corner, or my theories on what I want to talk about, and I have coffee, and I write a list in the format of everything every day I want to accomplish, including my workout. That motivates me to keep in line with what I have to do. It's a checklist. And now I know where I'm going to go. Tomorrow I know the same list. I'm going to take it. I'm going to deduct these and add new things. And so I motivate myself to keep moving on every day, every day, every day. I'm starting with this Ric's Corner a couple of years ago. I mean, I was shooting outside, and then I shot over here, and then I built a green screen, and then I decided to do something else. So I kept motivating myself to go bigger, bigger, and bigger. Now I go out on location. I got to get a camera guy to go with me.
Yeah, that's fun.
And I got to get you to go with me so we can do stuff in the gym.
Yeah, let's do that for sure.
So that motivates me, and if all of you fans keep writing in, I got 2 million viewers now. I mean, that motivates me to do even more.
Oh my God.
So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to be motivated to train harder, look better, because I want to look good on camera.
Yeah.
I want to make sure my hair is in place and everything looks stylish.
Yeah, the hair.
And I got to look good sitting next to you because you might make me look bad.
I don't think that's possible.
So it is really. I'm just a poor old man. But motivation is the key to everything. Key to your workouts, the key to success in life, and you'll become a better person if you stay motivated. Am I right?
You are so right.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to this?
You know what? There's nothing to add to that. I think that was a great way to close.
All right. You guys stay tuned to Ric's Corner because we got more coming. I'll have Noella with me. We're going to go in the gym. She promises me we're going to go to the gym and train, and I got to pin her down. I know she's busy.
Oh.
I'm busy, but we'll do it. I'm going to pin her down in the ring.
We're just kidding.
1, 2, 3. No, we're not. Bye. Stay tuned for Ric's Corner next time.
Thank you.